an amazingly well shaped channel through the mere here. Last time I came along here was with Jill and it was high tide, so none of this geography was evident. You couldn't see any of it. Still sailing. I thought we'd gone aground by now because this obviously marks a little spit thing that sticks out here. Look, I assume the channel goes this side. Yeah, see where there's still mud. Now I'm not really missing the echo sound, of course. Too shallow for it to be any good to me. I'd seen this place, I could see a barge moored up here, so I knew that it was possible to get up to Quay, and here we go. See, I've only got a tiny bit of sail out, that's all I need. The tide is doing most of it, all the sail is doing is giving me a bit of steerage. As close to this windward bank as I can. The wind is coming round, so it's starting to beat me. They're whipping along here now. So I'm going to take down the sail and let the tide take us for a bit. That's my plan. It's a shame. We'll wait for the tide to come in to pick us up again. Just sailing up to the little channel that leads to Quay. It's ridiculously shallow, of course. I think that once I get around this corner here, I might find that there's quite a bit more water, provided I can avoid getting the mud on this one. Last long, but there you go. The boat started the journey again. Here we go. Just decided to sail on a bit. There it should be. That's lovely. I'm going to stop again.
John was sitting on the middle thwart of Wizard, searching for signs of a marked channel. "There! One of those little trees sticking up out of the water in the port bow," said Roger. "We can't go wrong if we head for that," said John. "More withies ahead," said Nancy. Far ahead of them, a line of withies bending in the tide, perhaps 100 yards or 200 yards, one from another. "What's that way ahead to starboard?" said Titty. "It's a stick! It's a stick!" said Roger. "Better have the centreboards nearly up," said John. "The wind's free and anything's better than getting stuck in the mud with the boards down." Titty, just nipping the end of her tongue between her teeth, kept a straight wake as she steered. "That clump of weeds is pretty close," she said. "Is it all right?" Nancy watched the weeds come nearer and nearer. "Keep as you're going," she said. "Aye, aye, sir," said Titty. "She's steering funnily," said Titty. "What's happening?" said Roger. "I say, John, I thought it looked a bit shallow." They were aground, yet clear water stretched far away from them on every side. "Suffering lampreys!" cried Nancy. "Let go your sheet!" "I say," said Roger, "what'll happen if we can't get off and the tide goes down and leaves us here and we haven't even a bit of chocolate?" This way and that the channel wound, each turn marked by a ring of corks or an old bottle corked and anchored by its neck. "It doesn't look as if it's going anywhere," said Roger. "It's getting narrower anyway," said Titty. "This must be getting to the end." Ahead of them the banks of weeds pushed out into the water and were closing in on either side. Nobody who did not know could have guessed this was the way through. Even John began to feel doubtful. "Hurrah!" cried John, and ran aground again. "Well, we've done it." "Gosh," said Nancy, "it looks simple enough from up here." "It jolly well isn't," said John, "when you're down on the level of the water." "But where is the mastodon?" said Roger.